Hi boys and girls, I'm Nick in the States, and I've gotten a lot of compliments, thank you, everybody loves compliments, on the new look of the channel and some questions on what I was running, so I figured it made good sense to kind of do a video documenting what it is I'm using. How did I make this place look pretty, especially an office as drab as this. At least it makes me pop over a background of junk. Or in my lab or my home place where you can see the guitars and stuff, I think it looks cool, it's kind of fun. First, thanks to a guy named Eric Hogan. As we go further into this video, I will show you some clips from Eric. Great guy, does kind of really cool how to play guitar demos, that kind of stuff. For some of the songs are kind of off the beaten path, but it's just really, really neat. His channel looks amazing. He's a really nice guy. He plays awesome. But I saw his channel, was like, wow. And I, for the first time in a long time, reached out and said, what voodoo are you using to look in such great, the light, the whole thing? So he said I use a Canon EOS Rebel T5i with a 50mm lens. I think his wife is a photographer, runs in photography circles. So I went out and bought a Canon EOS T5i with a 50mm lens, and the stock lens as well. And the 50mm lens really gives you that kind of out of focus background, a pretty quick focal drop off, so that it has that kind of neat look there. I bought a Young Nuo one, which is like $65. The Canon one's like $135, the Nifty 50. It works well, the mechanism is a little noisy, but I use manual focus, and I'll show you why when we do the autofocus later. To show you what the setup actually looks like, I'm going to kick off my iPhone and move to here. So, mess! Here you can see the Canon. Here you can see the Young Nuo lens. It does autofocus, it does fixed. The cool thing about the T5i and the T6i and the T4i is it has an external microphone jack, which I'm using an Audio-Technica ATR 6550 kind of shotgun mic, and it has this little screen that can spin out and reverse the other direction. This means that you can kind of see yourself. It works out well. There's a T5 and I think a T6, or at least a T6 that I know of, and it actually has a lower standard features, and it doesn't have those two things. So the eyes are definitely worth it for a good solid entry-level DSLR. So that's kind of what that looks like right there. Pretty cool, nice and simple. I've got a full-side tripod at my house. I've got this here. This mic I'll use in this video. Some of the videos at home, that's my safety mic in case something happens with my audio mic that goes into my Logic 10 setup with a Behringer Utopia. I think it's a something 404 interface that I use there with two mics on the amp and that kind of stuff. But this is really the key to the setup. And then if I just wave, hi! It says Data Nerd on the back, by the way, because it was free. That's why. I can drop this. Now we're going to show you a couple kind of key things. So this is this shot with the 50mm lens. Really cool. You can see the drop off, that kind of stuff. Now if I take that same shot with an iPhone and put it approximately the same distance, just so that we have an apple to an apple, this is kind of what it looks like. Still not a bad image, right? Hi, me. But not, that depth of whatever. You see a lot more of the junk behind, and you get an idea that I'm just standing in a crappy space where it says I don't pop kind of in there. And that really was the look. I'm sure in 5 years you'll see videos that look like mine with the new cam and be like, oh, that's so 2017. Yeah, it is. So this is this cam. Now, if I switch lenses and I put the standard lens on that, we'll see kind of a comparison for that. We'll be right back with that. Now, the good thing with this lens, though, is even on manual focus, the focal depth is pretty deep, so it's forgiving. So you can come a little closer, show something, and go back. 50mm, you've got to pretty much stay in a plane. The autofocus, though, which is pretty cool, if I turn on this guy, it's going to track my face. And this lens is really quiet. So you can do an autofocus, get in nice and close, extreme close-up like that first video I did. Or back. And actually it's really good, and it doesn't kind of come up on the camera. The one negative, at least on this Young Nuo one, and I've heard some of the same complaints for the Canon one, is it's loud. You'll see that in a sec. Hi, how are you? So you can hear though as I move, you'll hear that guy do its thing. And then it'll stay until it adjusts and does its thing over video. And then it'll do it again. I recorded a whole video where it did the little fidget, and at depth, the whole room kind of goes like this. It's not bad on a close-up, but it looks like crap. And I end up binning a couple hours worth of stuff, which makes me sad. Anyway, you can hear the I turned it back to manual focus. So now it stopped. So anyway, that's some of the little things that you get there when dealing, and there's no zoom in, zoom out on the 50mm, just on the other one. Camera geek dorkdom. Sorry, we'll try and, hopefully I've made this streamlined. So, Eric Hogan. His channel, a lot of really cool, eclectic how-to stuff. Played in a really cool kind of lofty apartment setting. And sounds great, seems like a really good guy. I've got some clips here from his channel from one of the videos that he sent on over. Go check out Eric. I thank him for letting me thieve his video setup and his hard-earned, config that he used to make my stuff look a little bit prettier. But I encourage everybody to go check out Eric's channel. He's doing some really cool stuff about, now I've been Nick in the States. Yes, folks, I have issues. Here's some of Eric, and go see his channel. Take care.
Let's see, Heart Attack and Vine starts with, it's just a D blues riff. I'm going to be playing my D chord. I don't do a complete D because, well, technically it's a D minor. That's just 0, 2, and 3. And that main groove there. That's the whole pattern to the song. It's just a fun little bluesy thing to noodle around with. Three, four. Well, that's fun to play. Hope you have fun with that. Thanks for watching.